I've done this video before, but I think it's very relevant that every now and then I redo it. So I seen somebody at this particular time, it was a couple of months ago now, and he'd asked us how I was getting on and blah blah blah. And he went, he says, haven't seen you for ages. Like, I says, I've been keep myself low. He says, I was talking to, and then he didn't say his name, but he went, he says, he's always on Facebook trying to put the world to right. And I went, oh, did he indeed? As if that was a bad thing, trying to put the world to right. What I'm trying to do is, I'm not trying to put the world to right, I'm trying to put people's minds to right. And what I don't want is a family having to go through what our family went through, and that's having to do this every time they walk to a certain place. So this is what I don't want anybody to have to do. I don't want you to have to come to places like this because someone you loved couldn't see a better day, someone you loved couldn't reach out, someone you loved manned up, for want of a better word, instead of speaking up, someone you loved committed suicide. This is where my dad's ashes are. I'll show you for why they're significant. So if you look down there, that big white building down there, coming into focus now, that's my dad's old pigeon shed. And he'd always said when he died he wanted to be where he could see the pigeons coming in on a Saturday. So obviously we'll come up here. It's a bit of a shit show, to be fair, like. So overgrown and that now. Obviously when he'd made that intention, none of this shit was here and it was all maintained. Now obviously there could be an argument that it's just nature grown, you know, but it'd be nicer if you know, this is the top of Consett more or less. You can't even appreciate the view for all the bloody shite, in my eyes, that's grown. But that's what he wanted. So now we come up here. There you go, like you say, go. My dad did what, whenever I see anybody that can, I was talking to a guy the other day and they went, do you know what it is? I'd put 100 people in a line, your dad would be the last person I would think did what he did. And that's often the case, guys. The ones that you think are the least likely are probably the ones that are putting up on that show. I'm not saying that everybody who's, you know, silent or whatever is thinking of suicide, but you know, you always hear, bloody hell, the last person I thought would do that. I know myself, when I first got on this journey, I was looking there the other day on Facebook. It's about 12 years now I've been doing stuff about mental health. Obviously I've only had the Keep a Hold page up the last, what is it now, 7 months. Obviously because the idea was brought about when I did the London Marathon in memory of my dad in a need of combat stress. But I know when I was suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, I was the life and soul of the party. When I first started doing my talks, people were like, you depressed? No way, like, you know, you always had the best of this, the best of that, you had the, you know, this, that and the other. I don't want to go into too much, you know, because it kind of sounds like you're blowing your own trumpet. But when I do my talks, part of my talk I do is, and I call it the Smokey Robinson syndrome. So you're smiling in the public eye, but in a lonely room you're crying the tears of a clown. So when people think I'm fucking banging on and trying to put the world to rights, even if I was, is that such a bad thing? To want to live in a world where we don't have no misery, where we don't fucking have no upset, we don't have anger. Well, it's impossible to have that, but where we try not to focus on negative attributes. But I'm not trying to fucking put the world to right. I'm trying to help people's mindsets be put to right so that they don't end up fucking making a permanent solution to a temporary fucking situation. So that's what Keep a Hold was about. I know I've repeated this a few times, but I will always bang this drum. I will always put this world to right on this. If I can stop just one family having to go through what we go through, the constant questions we have all the time that'll never be answered, you know, the heartache, the loss, I know all parents are going to die at some times, and we're all going to die, but suicide just leaves, might get rid of, you know, the person's pain, but it just leaves even more pain for the people who are behind. So that's my mission ultimately on Keep a Hold. I do all the mindset, I do all the NLP and hypnotism, so I can help you with stuff like that. But if I can stop one family having to go through what we've gone through, then that's mission accomplished, and my dad wouldn't have died in vain. And that's what Keep a Hold's all about, in memory of my dad. So at least something good can come out of the travesty that it is that little Chilly, David Chilton, fucking couldn't speak up, couldn't see a way out, and had to do what he did. But at that, I will love yous and leave yous. And as I say, I'm always a big fan of saying that something good will always come out of anything bad. So my loss is the world's gain. That would be great if I could fucking solve it in the world. Like, yeah, I'm looking just doing it local, but if it would go worldwide with Keep a Hold, that would be even better. That can be helped by you sharing me posts and all that, guys, and getting the message out. But you know, Keep a Hold, like I say, there's always a better day. I can promise you that, because I didn't think there was a good day when my dad died. But I'm in a lot better place now. I've got purpose again in my life, and I'm doing something that I love, and that's spreading good news, trying to fucking keep the world to right, if you like, and showing people that there is a better day and there is a better way that you can do that with your mindset. You control your mind and your emotions. Alright guys, once again, Keep a Hold, there's always a better day.